What's up guys, JojiStunes here, and welcome to the first tier list of the channel. These tier lists are based in my and high level player opinions. Today I'm going to talk about the best champions for solo queue in each role and go a little bit in depth about 2 or 3 champs in each role. The ranking system of the tier lists will be always the same for all the videos. S means the champ is overpowered, A, the champ is good, B, it's decent, C, is underperforming, and D, it's really hard to win games with that champion. And the dodge tier, obviously, where if you have those champions on your team, you should actually dodge. Let us start in the top lane. In the S tier, we have Camille, Darius, Soraka and Irelia. Those 4, as of right now, are super good. Because of the new items, Moonstone and Staff of Water, Soraka makes an appearance in rank S. A recent buffs in those items make her able to really hold her own in the laning phase, and just outplay the other top lanes in skirmishes and teamfights. In the laning phase, you just have to focus on getting the wave control the way you need it to, and tracking the enemy jungler so you don't get ganked when you go for trade or poke. Besides that, just focus on farming and scaling for those easy mid-late game teamfights. As for items and keystones, they should be appearing on your screen. Besides the first 2 early items that are mainly obligatory, the other items depend on the outcome of the game and what your team needs. Just like Soraka, Ivern, Karma and Lulu are pretty high on the list because of how overpowered those 2 items are right now. You'll see that in every lane there is at least one champion that can abuse them pretty hard. The other top laner I wanted to talk about is Irelia. She right now is kinda of our topic because people see her win rate and numbers and think that she's super bad, but she's insane in high MMR. That is because those people can really thrive with their kit and with their team fighting / split pushing capabilities. Irelia is not really a beginner friendly champion because of her high mechanical kit and high micro need. But if you have the time to try, play and learn Irelia, you will get a lot of good results because of how good the new item synergies with her. For keystones, you always want to go Conqueror, and for items, you always go Blade of the Ruined King first, and go second item, you can go either Trinity Force or Divine Thunder, depending on the enemy team comp. If they have a great front line, the Divine Thunder option will almost always be better. Next is the jungle. In this patch, in this current meta, you guys can win games with almost every jungler, but there is one stronger than others. Those are mainly AP junglers because of their items being super broken and assassins that can abuse Goredrinker. First off, let's start talking about one of the most popular jungles right now, that is Kayn. Kayn was pretty OP in the start of the season because of his red form. Nowadays, Kayn is not as strong as he used to be, but he's still pretty great because of his versatility to go either Assassin, Bruiser or Pure Bruiser. Not only he has this amazing versatility, he still is one of the fastest and safest clear in the game. For items, you want to go Goredrinker in both of the forms, and then go either Lethality or Brazier items on blue or just full Bruiser tank on red Kayn. Besides Kayn, I want to talk about one of my favorite jungles right now, which is Lilia, with Moonstone obviously. Lilia can actually proc the Moonstone passive with her passive, which makes it super insane right now. As of today, Korean top jungles and a lot of Chinese top jungles are opting for this build more than the normal AP Bruiser Lilia. The utility that this build provides with amazing teamfight potential, Lilia has with her ultimate, makes her one of the safest and best jungles right now. For the keystone, you can either go Dark Harvest or Phase Rush, depending on your playstyle, and for items, just rush Moonstone followed by Staff of Water, and go either Zhonya's or Morelos, depending on the team comp. The good old mid lane. Because of the rising of this new Moonstone meta, a lot of mid laners that shift around tires because of how much these Moonstone supports are broken against some matchups. In S tier, we have 7 champions, but I really wanted to focus on Katarina in S tier and Ivern in A tier. Katarina is actually probably the one to ban if you want to abuse Moonstone champions, because how strong she plays into them with her strong roams and mid games. This is a result of an already pretty loved champion by a lot of good Katarina players and the new items which make her super viable, with even 2 different builds depending on what you need in the game. She can go on it with Blade of the Rune Kings, etc., or full EP with Proto Belt, after the nerf of the Kraken Slayer, not proccing with Katarina Air anymore. The AP build is getting a lot more love as of right now, but both are still viable. Now, the elephant in the room. Why was Ivern in both top lane tier lists in A and the mid lane tier list in A too? Ivern has seen a lot of popularity in the solo lane and even support because of how well he synergized with Moonstone Staff combo. Because of this, a lot of CC and a great wave clear with his E has surprised the community, being one of the best mid laners as of right now. But a warning, this is not a pick up and play build. Ivern is not in S tier because Ivern mid is probably of all the Moonstone champions the hardest because of how weak his laning phase is. But he sure is kinda different from the other Moonstone champions just because nowadays he can pop off in skirmishes and mid game. Besides, all this benefits Ivern. Should not be a blind pick if you're not super comfortable. Now, the most played role in the game, as of right now, ADC. The marksman role has been the game since the start of the preseason. In the top we have Jhin, Kai'Sa and now Soraka. I think people are already tired of hearing how good is Jhin and Kai'Sa, so I will just talk about Soraka. Soraka is the same thing as Soraka top, but she is even better in the ADC role, because how you can even more easily survive the early game and abuse those mid-game Drake fights with your crazy 2 items power. The items and keystones are still the same as top lane. And now, finally, we reach the end of the tier list, with the tier list of support. In the top, we have the 2 main Moonstone abusers, Seraphine and Soraka, followed by some new face to the meta, Morgana and Thresh. And obviously, the Imperial Mandate Maokai. I think we all experienced the Imperial Mandate Maokai, so let us talk about one of the weirder builds there is now and one of the best ones. Now that Moonstone meta is in place, people had to find counters, but after they decide to just build Moonstone on champions that ult counter champions like Seraphine, Karma, and Lulu. Those champions were Senna, Rakan and Bard. Yeah, it can look a little weird going Moonstone on something like Senna, but it's amazing in this case. I will recommend every support player to try it out and see how great it is. And if there are questions about the items, you just rush Moonstone, then Staff of Water, and after you just go typical support items on those 3 champions, like Redemption and Nightfall. So this is the video, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any suggestion on something you disagree on the comments. See you soon.